Hey everyone, Carolina Venom here, doing an update today on my ZTE Warp 4G from Boost Mobile. This phone is now activated and I have been using it for several days, and actually the introduction video was uploaded about 4 days after I'd done the intro on the phone, so I had time to play with it then as well. I know it's a little bit soon to be doing an update video, but I wanted to go ahead and do it, kind of give you my some thoughts that I have. I've been using it pretty hard. I've been using it pretty much a lot, and I wanted to kind of give you some of the stuff that I've experienced with this phone and everything like that. Some of the pros with this phone that I have seen is it has good call quality. I have no problems hearing anybody on my end, and nobody has any problems hearing me on their end. I do live outside of the coverage area, as I have said before, on the Sprint network, but I do maintain pretty good call quality, and I can pretty much, my phone pretty much rings whenever somebody calls, and I really hardly ever go out of service. I do live right near a 4G LTE area, so I can get some really good 4G speeds, just not right here, because right here I can only pull 3G speeds. Another plus, of course, like I said, is the screen quality is very nice. It's very sharp, very vibrant, and you really have no issues with the screen whatsoever. It's just a really nice screen, and I love the way it looks. The 4.5-inch display does look good as well, and the phone is pretty well built, pretty good, and has no issues with crackling or nothing like that. It's really nice. Speakerphone quality is also nice. It does produce some pretty loud ringers in music when you're playing it. If you download an equalizer, also it will actually boost up the sound quality, and it does sound pretty good. And really, honestly, I've never cared much for speakers on the rear, because when you lay them down like this here, it does cut down your volume about like 50%. But I prefer speakers that are in the front or on the side, like some of the other phones I've seen have been. But this phone is all around a good phone. Takes pretty good pictures. I did take a few pictures, and I will show them to you here now. The picture quality is it's decent. It's not the best I've ever seen by no means, but for an 8 megapixel camera, we'll take it in 6 megapixel for 16:9 shots. It is not bad. My hands do get a little bit shaky sometimes, so it's hard to get a really good clear picture, but it's not a bad camera. Video camera, I've not really used a whole lot. I have used a front-facing camera, and it does do pretty well also. So not really much issues with the camera. I wouldn't get rid of your point and shoot camera for, if you have this phone, but for quick snaps, this is not a bad camera on a phone. Some of the issues I've been having with this phone is it drops Wi-Fi quite often. I can be in my house, on Wi-Fi, and all of a sudden it just loses it, and I go into the Wi-Fi and it says it's not in range, and I'm like within just a few foot of the Wi-Fi. So for some reason, I'm not sure why, but it does drop Wi-Fi quite often, and I got to cut the Wi-Fi off and back on, and then it will go into Wi-Fi again, and then after a while it will drop again. So I'm not sure. That's got to be a device issue. I'm not going to return it and to get another one, because I've had this one here, I think actually now longer than the return policy. But anyway, and also another problem I have experienced with this phone is not really a problem. It could be a battery problem, but I don't get the best battery life. It does have a 2070 milliamp hour battery, but the battery life does not last very long. I can fully charge it in the morning, and using it low to moderately, and barely a day, if that. Just got to be charged quite often, and once it gets down to a certain percentage, it just drops. It could be a battery issue, not sure. It might just be a bad battery, I don't know. But I am going to probably invest in a spare battery, because I do have a power bank, wireless charger, to where I can, because my cigarette lighter in my car don't work, so I got to have something to charge my phone if I'm out and about and my phone goes dead. You know, which of course a little power bank is a little device that plugs into your phone to wirelessly charge your phone, and it works pretty nice. But this phone takes forever to charge, and it drops battery life pretty bad. And there is some times where it has some lag, and it does have some, you know, not really, it's never froze, it's never locked up on me, it's never powered off on me, nothing like that. It's pretty, you know, it works pretty well, and it does everything well. Sometimes when you're texting fast, it does seem to want to hang up a little bit, but it's nothing really major. You know, I kind of also with the battery life, I kind of also blame the nice, you know, the bright 720 screen as well, as far, and also using, you know, a lot of apps, stuff like that. But you know, still not a bad phone. I still would definitely recommend this phone. You know, I think it's a nice phone. I really do. I'm going to run a speed test and show you some of the speed tests I've been getting in the 4G LTE area. I've done a quadrant test. I'm not going to do another one of them, of course, but I am going to run a speed test. Actually, there we go. And like I said, I do have 3G coverage, but it's really bad because I do live in a no coverage area, which, as you see right here, there is no bars at all and everything else. So we'll wait for it to locate, and we will do a test and see what we can come up with. And anything that I get down here is, you know, better than having nothing at all, because I shouldn't even be having service. So 0.15 megabits download, not good, but of course it does work. If you know, it's just a little bit slow if you have to use 3G. Upload speeds are also very bad as well, as I figured. You know, 0.09 megabits per second upload. Going to the results here, and you'll see some of the 4G LTE that I've been in here. You know, as you see, is 18.5 megabits download, 5.25 megabits upload. You know, a little bit lower in places depending on how far away you are from the 4G main areas, but you know, 18.53 is not bad. The best 4G LTE I have received was on the Samsung Galaxy Victory 4G on Virgin Mobile, which is the same network, and it got around 24-25 megabits per second download and around 7 megabits upload. So, you know, 18.5 is not bad. It does not register as high as some other phones do, but for, you know, and really honestly, compared to Verizon and, you know, probably even AT&T, this is pretty slow compared to them. But hey, it works fast enough for me, and I have no issues with the speed. So anyway, like I say, you know, this is a good phone. No issues, no real big issues, other than the dropping Wi-Fi and battery life being bad. Other than that, like I said, good call quality, good volume. Have no trouble hearing anybody. Decent camera, and overall it works pretty well. It's just you probably will need a backup battery or a wireless charger, something like that, battery power charger, whatever you want to call them, power banks, anything like that, if you're planning on you using it a whole lot, not being around the house and not having an outlet to be able to plug in a wall charger. But you know, all in all, this is a good phone. You know, you can get a bad phone in anything, and I think, you know, the whole deal with the Wi-Fi dropping, it may just be isolated to a few phones. You may get one and have a bit of problem with it, but like I say, I do have that issue, and it does get kind of aggravating whenever you're, you know, playing a game or watching Netflix or something like that, and all of a sudden your Wi-Fi just drops. So, but anyway, not a big deal. So anyway, I thought I would just give us a little update here to tell y'all what I thought about this little phone. And everything else, still good phone. I highly recommend this phone. I think it's a nice one. So anyhow, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.